Hello everyone! I'm Thomas and I welcome you to the channel. Here, we will discover together the incredible cultural diversity, amazing landscapes and rich history of Cameroon. From the bustling streets of Yaoundé and Douala to the majestic mountains and lush rainforests, we will explore every corner of this fascinating African country. Ready for an unforgettable adventure? Subscribe now and join me on this exciting journey through Cameroon.
Hello everyone. I'm Andy. And I will accompany you on this wonderful trip to Cameroon. Are you ready for the next adventure? Don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell for new destinations together. Come on!
Cameroon. Cameroon is located in Central Africa on the Atlantic coast of the Gulf of Guinea. It boasts a great variety of ecosystems, from the savanna in the north and semi-desert areas in the far north to the equatorial rainforest in the east. It borders Nigeria to the north and west, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, and the Congo-Brazzaville to the south, and the Central African Republic and Chad to the east. To the west, it borders the Atlantic Ocean. Its capital is Yaoundé, and its most populous city is Douala. English and French are the official languages. Additionally, a large number of native and tribal languages are spoken. The currency of Cameroon is the CFA franc, XAF1 XAF equals 0.00164264 USD. Christianity, animism, and Islam are the three major religions. Sometimes, elements from different beliefs are combined. Cameroon has a tropical savanna climate. It is hot every month, both in the dry and wet seasons. The annual average temperature in Cameroon is 30 degrees Celsius, and the annual average precipitation is 854 millimeters. It does not rain for about 75 days a year, and the average humidity is 84%.
Cameroon is a wonderful place. Now let's get to your present. Come on!
Current affairs in Cameroon. Cameroon is a unitary republic with a presidential system and a multi-party regime. Compared to other countries in the sub-Saharan region, Cameroon has a diversified and relatively tertiary-based economy. The primary sector accounts for 23% of GDP, the secondary sector 24%, and the tertiary sector, including public tertiary activity, 53%. Since the fall in oil prices in 1986, the country's most important export product, economic growth rates have stagnated and declined. Cameroon has since been facing a significant economic crisis, compounded by high state debt and a high unemployment rate. The primary sector stands out for its agricultural activity, as it is the backbone of the Cameroonian economy and the country's primary employer. It focuses on the production of industrial crops and food, cocoa, coffee, cotton, bananas, and rubber. Its inhabitants rank poorly in the Human Development Index. The poverty rate, which has barely changed since 2001, remains high, representing around 40% of the population. It has increased in rural areas, with its worst effects seen in the three northern regions. What to see and do in Cameroon? Mount Cameroon. This towering active volcano is spectacular, and reaching the summit is a key part of many visits to the country. Most excursions last 2 or 3 days, but it is not a relaxing walk. Starting almost from sea level, the altitude and steep incline over a relatively short distance must be taken into account. Yaoundé. It must be acknowledged that the charm of West African cities, especially capitals, is not among their many attractions. However, without being a garden city, the Yaoundé, the capital of Cameroon, spans 7 hills and boasts careful planning and all necessary services. It is not as vibrant or chaotic as Douala, its coastal rival, but it enjoys a temperate climate, relatively clean and well-maintained streets, and even government buildings from the 70s with exuberant styles that will delight architecture lovers. Typical Cameroonian food. The national dish of Cameroon is ndole, a stew made from bitter leaves, nuts, and fish or goat meat.
Whoa, Cameroon has its magic corners. Now, let's get to your curiosities. Come on!
Interesting facts about Cameroon. 1. The country's name in Portuguese means shrimp river. European discoverers of these lands were so impressed by the abundance of crustaceans in one of the local rivers that they named the new state in their honor. 2. The inhabitants of Cameroon speak hundreds of different languages and dialects, so it is easier for residents of neighboring regions to agree with each other in English or French than in their own language. 3. In Cameroon, on the slopes of the volcano of the same name, is the wettest place in Africa and the second rainiest in the world. The annual rainfall reaches 9,655 millimeters. 4. The most popular Cameroonian sweets are plantains with sauce and sweet potato muffins. 5. The world's largest Goliath frog lives in the coastal forests of Cameroon, with a body length, excluding the hind legs, that can reach 32 centimeters and weigh over 3 kilograms. 6. About 40% of the inhabitants of Cameroon still adhere to the beliefs and cults of their ancestors. They revere the forces of nature, worship animals, etc. 7. Cameroon was the birthplace of a popular African pop genre called Makassa, which eventually became famous worldwide. 8. Cameroonians are passionate football fans. The national team has performed successfully in international competitions, becoming African champions 4 times and reaching the quarterfinals of the World Cup. 9. Near the Cameroonian city of Limba, there are beaches with black volcanic sand. This part of the coast is called Palm Coast due to the coconut trees growing along the beach. 10. Once, in the Cameroonian Student Football Championship, a team lost by forfeit with a score of 0-3 because their captain showed the opposing team's leader a bare bottom instead of the traditional handshake at the start of the game. The eccentric act was done on purpose. The captain feared that his team would lose by a large score and be relegated from the top league, and the 0-3 score allowed them to remain in the top tier.
This was all about your curiosities. Now let's go back in time and see its history. Come on!
History. Cameroon, located in Central Africa, has a rich and diverse history. Its first inhabitants were the Bantu peoples, who settled in the region over 1,000 years ago. During the medieval period, several kingdoms and independent states, such as the Bamum Kingdom, flourished in the area. The first European contact occurred in the 15th century with the Portuguese. However, it wasn't until the 19th century that Europeans established a more significant presence. In 1884, Germany colonized the region, establishing German Cameroon. After Germany's defeat in World War I, the Treaty of Versailles divided the territory between France and the United Kingdom. The French part gained independence in 1960 as the Republic of Cameroon, while the southern British part joined the newly formed Republic in 1961 after a referendum. The northern British part chose to join Nigeria. Amadou Ahidjo became the first president of independent Cameroon, followed by Paul Biya in 1982, who remains in power to this day. Cameroon has faced significant challenges, such as the struggle for democratization, ethnic and regional tensions, and conflicts in the Anglophone regions. Despite these issues, the country is known for its relative stability in an often tumultuous region.
Well, this was all about Cameroon. Now let's get to some questions for fun. Come on! Thanks for joining us on this journey. I hope you've enjoyed the blend of history and charm. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and, of course, subscribe for more adventures. See you at the next destination. Bye for now.